Hello and welcome to day 5. Today we're going to look at our strengths and weaknesses. And what we're going to do with those is we're going to work through them, and I want you to take 15 minutes just to think about your strengths. And then I want you to take 15 minutes and think about your weaknesses. Once you've actually got those jotted down, what we're going to do is we're actually going to flip them. So we've got strengths, weaknesses, and then we're flipping them. So what is a flipped strength and what is the flipped weakness? Okay, so say up here you got one of your strengths is communication. You're very good at communicating. What is a flipped strength? So what is that flipped? So if you feel that your communication is a strength, what is it that might make it a weakness? Is it your inability to listen? Maybe, because communication, or is it your inability to not say anything? Sometimes if we have really good communication skills, we'll just talk without thinking. So what is the flip side of that? Is it where I end up doing too much talking and not enough listening? So I just want you to have a think about that. Same as with our weaknesses. So we might have a weakness as time poor. Okay, say I'm not very organised. I'm actually quite time poor. So what's the flipped side of that is actually a strength. So what I want you to do is I want you to switch it up. Think about what is the strength from the weakness. So if you're time poor, for example, unorganised, the flip side of that might be that you're extremely flexible. Okay, so that could then come down to flexibility. All right, so have a think about that. Another thing might be, over here might be that you are super organised. Yeah, and the flip side of that might be that you create your own stress when your plans don't go as planned, So it might be increased stress that you put onto yourself. So I hope that makes sense. So I want you to have a little think about what are your strengths currently as you think about them, and what are your weaknesses. Just jot them down. I don't want you to overthink them. And then what I do want you to do is I want you to overthink them and then look at the flip side. How can you create a positive out of what you call a weakness, and how can you make a weakness out of what you call a positive? Now, there's no right or wrong answer here. You have to remember that. And and you know what? They're probably all really great things. It doesn't mean to say that it is a weakness or it is a strength. That's what we perceive in our own mind as to what is a strength and what is a weakness. So when we're actually flipping these, we're actually coming up with different patterns on how to think about what we perceive to be a strength and or a weakness. Okay? Have some fun with that, guys. See you later.